and whatever you need me to do, just get with me. You see? That's my brother here, too. That's my brother up there, they'll tell you. That's my auntie back there. That's my husband right there. Somebody shout glory. They used to tell me, they say, man, have your sister gone crazy? He used to tell my husband, say, have your wife gone crazy? Man, she'll work a person to death. She won't let us rest. I will build a team, build an army for the glory of God. When I was giving my pastor, I never done nothing outside of headship. I always got approval. Even when I was offered church on 1960, I was offered a large church because this white man had heard me preach and crusades. He followed me to my church on Wednesday nights. I would minister from the platform on the floor, not in the pulpit. But that was fine by me. And he'd come in there, and the power was so strong, and after service, he come up to me. He said, you're the one. And I said, excuse me, sir? He said, you're the one. I said, the one for what? He said, the one, the pastor, this church on 1960, they had lost their pastor, either a pastor, I don't know what had happened, and said, we have a large congregation, and we're in need of a pastor. And he's saying, God said that you are the one. I said, well, sir, I said, I really appreciate that. I said, but let me give him my pastor. Let me give him headship. Immediately I got my pastor. I said, this pastor, he come through, he say, I'm the one, and such. And immediately say, oh, no, daughter. That ain't it. He said, I don't deny the fact that God is going to use you in a mighty way, but this is not it. I didn't take a second thought. I said, well, I'm going to set God for myself because, maybe the pastor, no. Not a second. If the pastor say, well, that wasn't it, that wasn't it. And I went back there. I said, sir, I'm not calling God a liar. I'm just telling you what my pastor told me. Like Joshua instructed the people. My pastor instructed me. And I just went back and let him know, that ain't it. And if I had a step out ahead of time, my God, look at all that I'd have missed. First, I wouldn't have had my pastor's support behind me. I'd have been a renegade. I'd have been a Lone Ranger Christian. Somebody shout glory. So here in this 5th verse, and I got to bring this to a close. Here in this 5th verse, here, what it's really saying is, wait for a signal. What God has for your life is so special, you cannot jump out ahead of time. And I'm not just talking about in your car. That's in anything. That's in marriages. That's in switching jobs. If God promised you a business, and you step out ahead of time with your business, you have to get full instruction. I don't care what has come against the ministry that God has ordained your pastor. Some way, somehow, God always makes provision. He always somehow, because when you step out in God's timing, and God has stamped his seal of approval on it, no weapon formed against you, even if you make mistakes along the way. None of us beyond mistakes. None of us. Jesus Christ himself fell on his face and God against him. Now he knew why he came through 42 generations. Now did he know? The word was made flesh. Now wasn't the word, that's what the word say. But yet here is the Son of God. The word made flesh. He gonna say, Lord, let this bitter cup, but yet he comes to himself and nevertheless, not my will, but thy will be done. And I'm still trying to figure out this one here. We have many theologians explains it many ways. When he was on the cross, he had already prophesied to his disciples, have already foretold what has to happen, what has to be. He already knew he had to suffer, had to be crucified. He knew no man could take his life. He said, if I lay it down, I'll pick it up again. But yet on the cross, he gonna say, Father, why hast thou forsaken me? Oh, somebody shout glory. That's powerful. That's a whole other series. Are you listening? So some of us has been I'm using the word shouting here because, you know, they had to wait for the signal before they shout. They didn't say a word, amen? But we didn't wait for the signal. Is that all right? So some things we may have not waited for the signal. They shouted after the signal was given. Somebody say it's manifestation time. The strategy of God's timing is important. And I don't know why God had me emphasizing this part of this. The strategy of God's timing is important. Some of us, some of you, some of us have said, Lord, I'm waiting on your signal. God is about to let you know tonight I am ready tonight to give the signal to some of you now. Is that all right? Somebody shout glory. Instruct. Let me tell you how the sure sign of a signal, you know, from God. Sure sign of a signal from God. If you can't, if God just spoke something, you can't weigh it with the word or balance it with the word. And sometimes you'll open the word of God and God, you'll fall on something. Don't just look over and flip. Just read. Have you just opened the Bible? Just start reading where you open sometimes. You'll be amazed how that very thing that you believe in God for instruction, he'll turn you right, but you'll flip over it. Somebody shout glory. And he'll give us, he speaks in so many ways. He instructs us, amen? Is that all right? Somebody shout glory. Let me tell you, I'll never forget when I was going up Beach Nut. We had moved on the south side, and I'm bringing this so close. We had moved on the south side before I started pastoring. When we moved on the south side, we didn't move on the south side for me to start pastoring. We moved on the south side. God had a plan all the time. We obeyed instruction there. My husband was working out for 1960. He was the head man over there on 1960. And they offered him, God had just blessed us with a home out there, a nice home, step down, then real nice home. And I'll never forget, we hadn't even been in that home a long time. And I'll never forget, the boss people came to him and wanted to move him. Stone Ridge was Thyme Wood. It used to be named Thyme Wood. That Stone Ridge you see there, that man right there was the one that had the renovation of that entire property. That's how he met Fletcher and Fletcher's wife. And I'll never forget, the boss came to him and asked him, would he move over to the southwest? I say, southwest side? That's where you went to jail off of Bel Air over there? Well, they arrested you because back then it was very prejudice on this side of town. See, all them folks that came from Third Ward and the Hood, Studewood, and all them wards and came over here now. All right. But I'll never forget. I'll never forget. And so they said, well, we'll give you a free 3-bedroom apartment. So I say, well, Eric, let's ride out there. First, I want to see personality this spirit. I said, let's ride out there and see what we're giving up for. What Mother Jeff's name? Mother, you remember this here? When we rolled up out here, wasn't nobody even living in the place. I think it was just only one apartment. It was so run down. It was just one building that some people living in. And the place, I said, oh, no. I say, I can't live like this. Say, Sheila, before we make a decision, I say, well, I tell you what, now the church was open in 91. All right? So I wouldn't miss God. I'll never forget out here. I conceived Josh. That was the last to slow me all the way down. Because I was getting ready to take the gate. Remember that, BJ? And lose out for Jimmy Swagger. I was getting ready to preach the women's conference. Remember that? I was getting ready to be a traveling evangelist. Missing all with God. I'm telling you. We had done a revival. You remember Sandra down in Louisiana? The word got back to Jimmy Swagger ministry. And they got hold to me. And I was accepted in the grand ballroom. There was a door open. And I didn't even know I was pregnant. And so I got pregnant and went to the doctor. And out of all my babies, I was able to preach up until my 9th month. I don't know why I'm telling this testimony. I'm going this way tonight for some reason. But anyway, I was able to preach up to my 9th month. I preached barefoot, kicked them shoes off, big belly and all. Baby, what up, BJ? Woo, lay hands, baby, be shouting and preaching till a water bag breaks. Somebody shout glory. But this particular pregnancy, I was very sickly. And the crusade team, they were so disappointed. They said, all the evangelist watched and said, we're not going to accept this here. I say, I'm sick. I can't do it. I can't even stand. Whatever way God had to get my attention, so I went to God. And I never forget my pastor. I never forget, I went to my pastor, and I thought God was telling me to change the name of the crusade to Fishers of Men. I couldn't get Fishers of Men. He thought, oh, God, was be Fishers of Men. What is God saying? Fishers of Men. Well, we had moved on this side of town. We had passed up and down Beach Nut so many times. I never saw the Fisher Men bookstore that had closed down back in 90 or 89. Those that raised on the southwest side, you know what I'm talking about. And I had never seen the little store hidden back in there. But this particular day, when I went up down Beach Nut, I looked up and I screamed. Pastor was driving. I screamed. I said, oh, that's it. What's wrong with you? I just started screaming. Tears was flowing down. I said, that's it. I've been telling me, that's it. Immediately, I went to my pastor. I never forget, everywhere I would go, particularly this last prophecy that was given to me, how important it is to follow instructions. Pastor E.V., Sandra, Mother Jefferson, and who else was with me that's in this house tonight? I know those three was with me. I think Amy Walker was with me. We walked in there because the place was so packed. We walked in there, we had to sit different places. Pastor sitting one place, I'm sitting one place. And this prophet, I never forget, he called me out. He said, hello, Pastor. I said, I'm not, I'm very bold. So you can't just put nothing on me. Some of y'all let the folks put stuff on y'all. No. I ain't went to my pastor. I ain't stepped no call. He said, hello, Pastor. I said, no, I'm not a pastor. I'm an evangelist. He said, that ain't what God said. I just looked at him then. I said, okay. So excuse me. And then he looked over at Pastor. He said, who is this man to you? He said, come here. Who is this man to you? I said, that's my husband. He said, come here. He stood us up before this congregation. And those that are here know what I'm talking about. And these are the words he said. When I'm talking about following instructions, I don't care. Some people have jumped out because of people done said things, but they didn't get a release from your pastors. I'm helping some of you all. This man, he told me, he said, he looked at Pastor. He said, sir, don't misunderstand what I'm getting ready to say here. He said, the love that your wife had for her pastor is not natural, not normal. He said, I don't mean adulterate. And he was right. Because I loved my pastor. He was the father. I took him first natural to be my father. The father I never had. And then the spiritual note, he was my spiritual father. All right? He said, it's time now. He said, who you going to obey? Is it going to be God or is it going to be man? And he began to give me instructions. And when the man began to tell me about the building and pictures of men and all this stuff, and I didn't just go out crazy telling y'all, was there? What's there? Where you at? I didn't do all this stuff. Woo! You told me pictures of this. Now don't get me wrong now. Don't get me wrong. God uses people. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I heard the instructions. But immediately, I got with my pastor. He was wise enough for me to get saved and lead me thus far and birth me out. Oh, come on now. God is a finisher. God is a finisher. And I went to my pastor and I said, Pastor, I told my prophet. He said, oh, he started speaking tongues. Threw his hands up and started speaking in tongues. And the tears were flowing. He said, daughter. He said, I didn't know when, but I knew it was coming. He said, I hate to lose you. He said, I love you so much. You're such a great asset to the mission. He said, I hate to lose you. He said, you're the light of the church. He said, you're the light of the church. He said, I hate to lose you. He said, but I have to let you go. He said, because you're qualified. If God wants to send you to China, you're qualified to go, and I can't hold you. He said, yes. He said, I hate to lose you. He said, but I have to let you go. He said, because you're qualified. If God wants to send you to China, you're qualified to go, and I can't hold you. He said, yes. He says, time gone. And that's when I allow God to give me instruction. Are you listening? And every step of the way, God instructed me through the man of God and through God. I don't care what I would get if there was any reasonable doubt. If that was a shadow of doubt, I would go to my knees. You have to hear, wait for the signal. And let me tell you what God did for me. And I'm closing because some of y'all, God will raise in this manifestation season. May not be to pastor, but there's other things that wait for signal that God will do for your life. Let me tell you what God did for me. God called, even though I may not have been good enough to stand in the pulpit, because my pastor knew about women pastors, but he had some folks following me. And that's why he told me to learn from my mistakes, Sheila. That's why I teach y'all. Y'all working closely with, watch your pastor. Because that's great. How you house. You learn. Be a student. Have a teachable spirit. I don't care what call, what office you're walking in. As long as you're in the house, you'll never get over the priest in the house. And I'll never forget, he had an appointment as assistant pastor. And that's right before God gave him his promotion. And because some of the people wasn't ready for a woman to be called a pastor, he did this in a prayer breakfast opening because some of the big willers wasn't there. But that Sunday morning, the big willers came back in town and they were there. And no doubt that morning must have had a meeting. So when I came in that morning ready to guide the service, they sent for my new then. Let me tell you how you do. You don't expose your pastor. You don't discredit your pastor. You don't do that. When I went in the office, me and my husband went in there together. He had them lined up. He said, well, Sheila, he said, I looked in their eyes. I said, well, he said, no. He said, daughter, well, I'm going to go in there. Minister so-and-so, and what we going? I said, Reverend, you the pastor. You the pastor. If you say go left, we go left. You say go right, we go right. You're the pastor. You don't owe me no explanation. It's just an honor privilege for you to even consider using me that way. Did I do it, Pastor? I said, oh, no, brother, no. I understand. I thought, okay, Minister so-and-so. Congratulations, that's awesome. That's great. That's great. Went out there, took my seat, and after he came out, the first one on the floor, hosted. Because that's the pastor. Somebody shout glory. Somebody shout glory. But when your gift, when you have a true gift, see, folks just trying to make their gift. When you have a, I don't know why I'm going this way, but because the walls are down. But when you have a gift that comes from above and then comes from man, your gift will make room for you. Your gift will make room for you. And let me tell you what God did for me. I want to say this because this is promotion season in many ways for us. And let me tell you what God did for me. He called, got on all the radio stations. AM, whatever station my pastor had connections and God had given him favor with, on all the radio stations. That grand ballroom was so jam-packed. I'm talking about the grand ballroom was so packed, set up there. People was all out of the foyer. They were everywhere. Oh, they couldn't all even get in that place to see me install. Reverend had so many. If you look at my papers of ordination, it was so many minister names and pastors' names signed that day. It's something about waiting for the signal. And every dimension that God would bless me, I started from Gessner. He came in and installed. We moved to Bissonnette. He came in and installed. But God called him home. And when we moved over here, he was gone. Somebody shout glory. And God's going to give me another spiritual father, Pastor Even. Now, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Because every pastor needs somebody to say, who pointed you out? Who's covering you? Every evangelist needs somebody over you. You get what I'm saying? Every missionary, every minister. You don't just go on your own just because you have God. You don't have to get permission, don't get me wrong now, to obey God. But you do need to have a rapport, a relationship with headship. Somebody shout glory. Somebody shout glory. Somebody shout glory. I was looking at it long. And God got me. I don't know where I had something awesome to see. I was looking at it long the other night. Y'all may have saw him on Channel 14. His spiritual son. Y'all see that? And how he instructed his spiritual son to leave his corporation. Leave everything. He said he was laying down, his wife had her feet in his lap. And say her wife was saying, baby, I don't want for nothing. He had it going on. But at the instructions of Joshua, at the instructions of the pastor, he left everything and came down. He said there was a season at long say that he couldn't even help it. He said he went down. He said first he got angry because he was like, I left all this for them. He obeyed the instruction. And it didn't look too good. He had to lose some things and evict him from some stuff and had to go down in order to come up. Somebody shout glory. And that's what I'm seeing here at Fishes and Men Worship Center. Somebody shout glory. Somebody shout glory. Have we heard the signal? Have you got instructions? Somebody shout glory. And if God has given you instructions once through the man or woman of